Next on Beyond the Clef, we have Elisa Janson Jones, and she is going to be telling us about some really cool opportunities with the Summit and a little bit about her podcast. You need to know about this because the Summit is a convention, but it's all online, and you can go from anywhere in the world, and you can see people from anywhere in the world. That's coming up next on Beyond the Clef.
Beyond the Clef is presented by Director's Choice.
Okay, so Elisa Janson Jones,
yes.
Your card is really great, by the way. I must tell, your card says director, educator, consultant, author, podcaster, and badass. I love it. It's so great on your card.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about what you do.
Well, I have a podcast as well, actually, the Music Ed Mentor podcast, where we focus on program management, off the podium kind of stuff, supporting directors in the non-pedagogical things that you should have been trained in college, but you weren't.
Right.
So we bring on experts from a wide variety of fields, everything from, different curriculum options to fundraising to battling burnout, stuff like that.
That's fantastic. So it is, you're right, in college, I didn't learn how to do 80% of my job sometimes. I feel like I didn't learn how to manage the finances and how to do bus requests and the things that really consume my time and and even stuff like the parents and working with the parents and you get those parts, but it was only really a semester of band techniques class for me. I am in band.
Right. Working with other people and your administration.
Right.
And
is your podcast what content areas? Is it vocal, orchestra?
It's all of the above.
Okay, great.
K-12 classroom education.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I feel like we're kindred spirits here because that's kind of what we're doing on Beyond the Clef. So.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah,
totally. A lot, and music teachers always need additional support.
Right.
So I actually wrote a blog post last year for NAFME, for the National Conference website, and it was like 7 things that they don't teach you as a music ed student that you wish they had. And it was their highest performing blog post of 2018, which just goes to show you the demand for what it is that we're doing and the support that we're giving.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's really excellent. So where do people go to find your podcast? What is it called?
So it's the Music Ed Mentor podcast.
Okay.
And it's distributed through Smart Music. So you can find it wherever you like your podcast to come from.
Right.
Or you can find it on the Smart Music blog as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
And then I also am an author, so if you are planning like a trip, let's say, I wrote a book called The Band Booster Manual, which is available on Amazon. And then I have a lifestyle management book as well called The Music Educator's Guide to Thrive. So all about how to, customize your lifestyle so you don't burn out quite as quickly as we all seem to tend to burn out at some point.
Yeah, exactly. I always go through that with, I was talking about this with my principal just the other day. You hit about that 3 to 5 year mark and you just think, oh man, I can't do this. And what he was saying, especially for younger teachers, just get through that hump and support those teachers, really target that.
Totally agree.
It sounds like that's kind of what you're doing in your podcast.
Yeah. And then I also spend a lot of time doing professional development for music teachers. So I put on a 3-day conference, very similar to a state conference or any kind of mass conference, only it's all online. So for people who want additional training, who want flexibility in their professional development, they can do it through the International Music Education Summit. I see it as a way to support MEA conferences like TMEA, which we're at, but also to provide some supplemental education as well. The great thing about the virtual conference is it allows us to bring in presenters from anywhere in the world because they can present from anywhere in the world. And people can attend from anywhere in the world. So we have like Steve Giddings, who wrote the Rock Coach book, who happens to be based in Canada. Is he ever going to make it to a US conference? Probably not, but you can learn directly from him through our virtual conference. And then we have like all the online collaboration opportunities and some really great performance opportunities for students this year, which I can't disclose, but I will give a little teaser.
Okay.
It's in collaboration with Smart Music, and it's going to be really, really cool.
Cool. That's really great.
So I can say.
Okay, cool. That's a great sneak peek.
Yeah.
So the summit, and when does it happen?
It happens in June.
Okay.
So you don't have to find a sub.
Yeah.
And we record all of the sessions, so you never have to miss one. You can actually end up watching it in your own time. In fact, people who are registering for 2019 now are still able to get 2018's professional development sessions as well.
Oh, okay. And that's so nice to have just a catalog of all those great educators talking about stuff.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And I actually have on each session page, you can watch the session, and then you can actually ask questions and contact the presenter.
Wow.
Which is not something a lot of other, stream sessions let you do.
Yeah, I'm in awe. As you can tell, I just think this is the coolest idea, and this is I'm going to have to go back next week, and I'm going to sign up myself. This is going to be
check it
really
out.
excellent. And I guess you since you do have really a diverse population of music educators from all over the place, what an opportunity, because for instance, me growing up here in Texas in the music education world, I get music education from the Texas perspective, if you will. So here on my podcast, I interviewed Katie Wardrobe with Midnight Music, and of course, she's in Australia.
Yeah.
It was very surreal for me because I'm filming in my guest room, and it's dark for me, and it's morning for her.
Right.
But it was really great to get to hear a perspective of somebody on literally the other side of the world and how they teach, and it was different, but it helped me as a teacher. So how do you feel that helps enhance what you have done at the summit?
Well, I think like you said, there is like the perspective that you get from other people, but you also get the expertise from people like Katie, who is kind of the tech guru. And at 2019, we have James Frankel coming on, Jim Frankel, from Music First. We have all the great presenters from Smart Music and Make Music. Like I said, authors and podcasters and bloggers from all over the world. The founder of Quaver is going to be presenting at my conference as well for a second year, actually.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. So if I want to sign up, where do I go to sign up?
It's musicedsummit.org.
Okay.
musicedsummit.org. We're on Facebook, but being a full-time teacher, I'm not posting every single day.
Right.
You're never going to get a spam email from me, and that's why the conference is going to be so popular. It was last year, it will be again, because it's by music teachers, for music teachers, built from the ground up. It's not a top-down perspective.
Right.
It's what we need.
It's exactly what we need, and I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that want to take part in that. It's a great time of year as well.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Yeah.
So thank you for this opportunity.
Yeah, thank you so much, and be looking for my registration.
I will. Thanks.
Thanks for joining us for this episode of Beyond the Clef. For more great content, subscribe on our website at beyondtheclef.com, and be sure to follow us on YouTube, iTunes, SoundCloud, and Facebook.